Hi, I realize that's how I start. That's why I say to everybody, hi, yeah. Hi, I'm Kate Bean, and this is the Connecting One Meal at a Time podcast. It's February 1st, 2026, and I'm excited on this Sunday morning to share a story that just happened yesterday. And, the premise of this podcast, we're just telling stories, gathering stories, creating stories, remembering stories. Um, and the stories are all around food and meals and how we connect with ourselves, how we connect with friends, how we connect with family, how we connect with strangers. We can connect with anyone over a meal. We can connect with ourselves if we're all alone, and we use that time to think about gratitude and for what we have and the ability to slow down, to notice. That's what meals do. They just help us slow down, notice extraordinary, ordinary moments. And there's nothing probably more ordinary than having a meal. And because we do it so often, one time a day at least, two probably, maybe even three. Hey, let's just throw in, the mid morning snack. That's four. The mid afternoon snack. That's five. The late night snack. Six. Okay, so six times a day you can you can connect over a meal, and you can just pause and you can notice something extraordinary, something positive in a world where it's so easy to doom scroll and to get caught up in all the negative. And it's not that that's not all real, it's all real. It's just so much of it we can't control. But what we can control is what is right in front of us. And what is right in front of us, I'm proposing one, two, three, four, five, or six times a day is a meal. And it's a ritual that we do every day. And if we take that ritual and we start to become very cognizant of the experience, in education, we call it kind of metacognition, thinking about your thinking. So it's an opportunity for you to think about what you're thinking during the meal and to change that story. You have the power of choice to change the narrative at any moment of your day. It's just really hard to do it when you're being bombarded with so much information. But I think meal times are times that literally are built in for ourselves. So they're really built in for ourselves to nourish ourselves, literally nourish ourselves. And I'm just saying, why don't we use that as a time to nourish ourselves in all kinds of ways, especially in noticing the positives in our life and the positives right in front of us. And once you do that, then you can start to connect with yourself. You're open to connect to other people in the moment that you may not have seen or noticed before. So I think every time we do this podcast, and this is me just doing the podcast right now, but I am going to get some people on here. I am. People are going to come. If you build it, they will come. If you start a podcast, they will come. All right, I'll go with that. I think so anyway, I'm just going to share a story. It just happened yesterday, and I have a great lifelong friend growing up, and her name's Susie, and we grew up in this small town in Arizona, and we played sports together and did drama together, and just a good friend. We lost touch for many, many, many years, and then recently, when I moved to the Northeast, and I knew she was living in the Boston area. I When I was back home in our hometown in the summer of 2023, I went by to see her parents and said, "Hey, you remember me 40 years ago?" Um, was wondering if I could get Susie's information. I got it, and so I just texted her out of the blue, said, "Hey, I'm living in Boston too," and so we reconnected. So for the last 3 years, it's been such a gift reconnecting with her husband Rob, who's wonderful, and with her daughter Sam and her wife Sarah and their two kids. And it's been a gift. It's been an amazing gift. So just a few days ago, I was thinking about them, and I was like, I often, like, well, maybe once a month or every other month, travel up to see them all. It's only about like 30 minutes away. But lately, I've been so busy, and I started thinking this week, like, I need some balance. I just my days are so loaded with Zoom call after Zoom call and project work after project work, and I thought, I wanna check in, I wanna get grounded with them because it always is grounding. So but I didn't do it. I didn't text, I didn't call, and then all of a sudden, Friday, Susie texted me and said, "Hey, been thinking about you, what are you doing?" And it was just so perfect. And so I said, "Hey, I'm available this weekend. Actually, I have the car because Avery's going out of town." So she said, "Oh, come up Saturday." So what was fun about it is I said, "What do you want to do? Should we bring some food?" For me, it's always about food. Should I bring some food? Should we make some food? Um, and then Susie, just out of the blue yesterday, sent um, a Grubhub, food delivery. She sent a link where we could all, so all of us, all six of us, five adults, two kids, seven of us, um, could log on to Grubhub and just do a group order, which I didn't know you could do that. I don't use it very often or ever. So she sent that out over text, which was really fun. And she said, just put in your order, and it was Thai food. Well, first it was Indian food, and then I was picking out something, and then it switched to Thai food, which was cool. Love both. And so, um, I'm an equal opportunity food lover. So then, we were putting items in, and she's like, "Whoa, the one you picked was really good." So we're all texting, right? So all of a sudden, so we're already connecting over text because of our, our desire to, like, find the right food combinations, like, so who's getting what? So I just put mine in. I got pad wun sen, which I love. It's a Thai noodle dish that I love. It has glass noodles and, shrimp and chicken. I think there's some egg in there and tomatoes and baby corn and onions. Anyway, it's one of my favorite Thai noodle dishes. So I put that in, and Susie's like, "Whoa, I've never seen that before," and that looks really good. And then so everybody put their orders in, and it was just fun. It's fun. Sometimes I'm kind of anti-texting. I usually don't love it. It's my medium of connection, but for yesterday it was perfect because we're just texting, and then Susie's like, "Oh, darn, I hit, you know, delivery, immediate delivery or whatever." She's like, "So the food's coming at 2, and we weren't all going to be there till 3." And I'm like, "That's all good. Thai food reheats, no worries." And then she loved the comment. Like, I thought that was a cool thing too on text. The idea that you can just love what someone just said by doing the heart. Yeah, is it easy? Sure. But you're still saying the same thing. Like, hey, I love what you just said. So anyway, I got there, and it was just fun because I walked in, and it was just great. Because on the way there, you just have to know Susie, but I don't have to give a lot of background. But on the way there, I was like, if the food got there at 2, I have a feeling that Susie's not gonna wait, and that's not a bad thing, like, selfish at all. It's just she's just there's just different times she's like, "Hey, I'm hungry, I'm eating," and that's what I've always loved about her, that she's always modeled, even though she's 2 years younger than me. So in high school, I was a senior and she was a sophomore. uh, I just love that she had good boundaries, at least to me. And so I love that kind of self-care of, like, "Hey, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat." I wish a lot more people did that, because sometimes we get caught up on, like, "Well, I can't do this unless you do that," and, I mean, I know there's some etiquette about certain things, I guess, around meals, and there's this idea of, like, let's connect and sit down together. But what was fun about the connection is I walked in the door and she's like, "Yeah, I'm eating." And her husband, Rob, is like, "Well, I waited." And so we just started laughing. So I walk in the door literally and start laughing immediately, which is what I do a lot when I go up there, and I think that's why it's so grounding, is 'cause we just laugh a lot. And you have friends for different things, but these folks, we laugh a lot. And, so I just started laughing. I was like, on the way here, I thought to myself, I may walk in the door and Susie's already eating. So that was fantastic. We laughed and laughed, and then Rob was like, "Well, I'm gonna eat now," and she's like, "I don't know when the girls are gonna get here," so I'm like, "Well, I'll eat too." So it was just fun, and then I was like, "Have you tried the dish yet?" Padwin said, and she's like, "No, I was waiting for you for that," because she goes, "'Cause you ordered that," and I was like, "Well, let's share. Let's do family style," like, 'cause I was like, "Well, we could eat our own dishes, but let's do family style." So then, um and so then she tried it and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is great." And I was like, "Yeah, right? It's really good." And then she had ordered the yellow curry and I was like, I mean, together they'd be really good. So then we did. We shared, and so it was just fun to catch up, and then when the girls got there, we just had such a nice evening. They had already eaten a late lunch, so they didn't really join in the Thai food, um but it was just great to, boy, this podcast is getting kinda long. It was just great. So, I guess the cool part, so when they showed up, she was explaining the food to them. She was trying to and she goes, "And then Kate got this, like" and I don't even know. I can't even, like, copy what she was saying, like this "Mugai ko" or "Piktak ka," and I was like, "No, mm-mm, try it again." She she just kept trying iterations of what she thought the name of the dish was. Of course, then we were all just laughing, laughing, laughing. So I was just like, "Pad Woon Sin," and then even when I said it, she got it wrong, which she may have been doing on purpose at that point because she's just funny. Um, but then I'm like, "Say it with me." I felt very teachery. "Pod," and she said, "Pod," "Pad." I know I say pod. Pad, wound, wound, sin, sin. So it's just cool, because it was funny. And then she said this cool statement, which I thought was just super nice. She's like, "Before I order anything, I'm gonna call Kate because she has the best dishes of." Because it happened another place when we got, I think we got Japanese food. Was it Japanese? No, I can't even remember. But a certain dish that I turned them on to that was really good. No, it was Chinese. Yeah, it was Chinese, and, um, I think it was mushu. Yeah, it was chicken mushu or pork mushu, and she's like, "I love this dish," and so that was just fun. So there you go. Did we have to have food to having a wonderful time together yesterday? No. Was food the centerpiece? No. But it definitely brought moments of connection, of just laughing about it, um, connecting how good it was, connecting to the past memories of who we are and how we don't change that much, as Susie was gonna be eating when I walked in the door. Um, so it was just an opportunity, if you notice it, and I did in the moment, and, so I got to have all the things. I mean, that's what a meal does, you get all the things. A, you get nourishment. B, you get just comfort. You get all the sensations, the look, the smell, the taste, the feel, and then you get these connections or these opportunities to talk about memories of food in the past with the person you're with, or so so these are friends that now are family to me. I might get emotional because, um, because what is family, right? I mean, family are the people that just are in your life through it all. And she has been, even though we've had a huge gap in our friendship, now it's just family. And they gave me this wonderful journal for my birthday. Sam and Sarah gave me a book in a journal. Oh, and Susie made me banana bread. How did I miss that? So she knows me. she, and she made me banana bread, which I love so much. And it was so good. And then I got to share the banana bread with Noah, who's Sam and Sarah's little boy, who's 3. And so I got to cut up in pieces, and he and I bonded over banana bread. So, I mean, it just keeps going. Food, connection, connection, food, people, food, connection, food, connection. I mean, it's just great. So anyway, I got this journal. I'm going to show that. from Sam and Sarah. And it's just, it's just one more. The whole thing about the journal, this 5-minute journal, is to take time in the morning and in the evening to just notice. Notice what your day may be like and set your intentions. And at the end of the day, notice. So again, a ritual, and it's so great. They talk in here about um, the 5 minute. It's like brushing your teeth. Just do it in the morning. We do it all the time. We wouldn't not brush our teeth. I mean, maybe we would, but usually we don't. So the author suggests just making it the same kind of ritual, and I guess that's what I'm doing with connecting 1 minute at a time. It's already a ritual. You don't have to make it one. It's just notice. So that's it for today's podcast. I want to encourage everyone to go to katebean.com. We have a connection page at the end where you could share your story, or you could share a message with us to connect with you so we could hear your story. Just looking to gather so many stories of connecting through meals and noticing the extraordinary and the ordinary moments of your day, especially during meals. So katebean.com, or you can call our Google Voice number and leave us a 3-minute message. And that is area code 804-620-7656. And you can either leave us a story, if you can do it in 3 minutes, or you can just leave us a message and we'll connect with you and see if we could, we just want to hear stories. So who's to say what could happen with one story at a time, one meal at a time. So for now, just remember, one meal, one moment, one connection at a time. And the world, I think, well, I know your day would be better, and I think the world could heal from one meal, one moment, one connection at a time. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.